I've been thinking about something, and that is Hillary Clinton and how she unifies people: liberals, conservatives, Democrats, Republicans. Now, I don't purport to be some great detractor. I think she handled Benghazi in a pretty abysmal way. The email scandal was something that she could have done without, but something she caused nonetheless. And as a result, I really have a hard time sympathizing with her when it comes to the controversy that surrounds those two issues. But in sort of sitting around and thinking to myself and being alone, I gave consideration to the idea that there is common ground to be found among liberals and conservatives on a shared disliking for her candidacy. You have several liberals who are in favor of Bernie Sanders that actually profess to be completely disillusioned with her as a candidate, and they might not turn to Trump, but they will still not necessarily want to support her. On top of that, you also have conservatives who just in spades dislike her. They dislike her as much, if not more, than President Obama. And with that type of dislike and with that type of disillusion that you're causing, it seems to me that there's no way of her not only just attracting people who aren't already in her base, her group of support, but it's almost as if people are going to just vote for her because she's the lesser of two evils. Now, there's always areas that we disagree with candidates on, but I think when we inspect the candidate's personal behavior, she's been attacked by Republicans for a while now, and those scandals and I guess controversies have been surrounded by the fact that she has for several years done things that people have not supported. I personally am, lean towards being liberal, and I'm still not in favor of her because of all of these different events that have occurred, of her changing her positions. And it just seems to me that the only plus anyone who comes from the left of the political spectrum could argue is that at least she's not Trump. And that's really the only thing she has over him. But if it comes down to the two of them, I might as well just stay home because I'm not inclined to vote for either one of them. I'd rather write in a candidate, and I know they won't win, or vote for the Libertarian. It's really frustrating to me when you look at the fact that there are several people who are on both sides that just don't like her. Both Democrats and Republicans. That's something they can unify on. Now you have the establishment, which is trying to make her out to be the person to watch for, but I don't even take that seriously because it shouldn't be taken seriously because it's a joke. And speaking of things that are jokes, we haven't even finished this primary, and they're already talking about her vice presidential candidate and Julian Castro. And he really is someone that I have no reason to dislike. I don't know much about him other than he tried to defend LGBT rights in, San Antonio, the city he was mayor of. And that's something I would support. I'm in favor of rights for members of that community. But apart from that, I really know nothing about him. And it comes down to the fact that he doesn't seem to me, and just watching footage of him, seeing a few of his interviews, to be someone that I would dislike. I actually lean more towards liking him after just kind of watching some of his stuff. I'm kind of crazy. Like, I like Democrats and Republicans, and I still lean towards Democrats only because of my ideology on social issues. But I can pretty much shift around for most other things, or be flexible relating to it. Now, you have these people who tout him so much. I just can't fathom how you just assume you've won. They act as if she just has the nomination in the bag. And it's a growing risk to promote that type of behavior when you have these disenfranchised voters who already think their vote doesn't matter. The establishment is backing her anyways. Regardless of how one feels about the Republican Party, the one thing they did much better than the Democrats was not having these nonsense super delegates, these waste of space. They need to disappear without a trace delegates. I'm not talking about the people themselves, but that power of being able to say, I like this person, I'm going to go for them. It seems to me to be something that really undermines the authority of the voter and almost makes them seem as if they're not important enough to dictate who wins. It should always be the voice of the people, I believe, and that just seems to be very fishy in my view. Now, you'll have other people who argue other things, but that's just the way I see it. So, bottom line, it would be a miracle if, because I know I've realized it, but it would be a miracle if Democrats and Republicans that don't like Clinton got together on that one thing. They don't even have to all vote for the Republican nominee, who I hope is not Trump. In that case, they'll probably win the landslide. But the point I'm making is, it'd be great for them to use things of that nature for common ground. Some of them dislike her on a personal level. I don't know her, so I'm not gonna go and say, oh, the worst person ever walked the face of the earth. But I'm really disillusioned with her candidacy, and she's definitely not someone I'm supporting in any way. And if it came down to her and Trump, it'd just be a lesser of two evils situation. And I'm really tired of both of them. So I thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and have a good day.